Hello and welcome to Toto TCG. You are here with me, Matthew, and we are back here with another Pokemon video on the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be checking out the pre-release, the second one that we went to for Cosmic Eclipse, the last set for Sun and Moon. I know it is very, very disappointing. We are moving on then to Sword and Shield. And I cannot wait to see what sort of bits and pieces they're going to be bringing out with that set. There's several Pokemon already from that series that I'm very much looking forward to. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see if GXs stay around, tag teams stay around. Who knows, they might all disappear. We already know that we're getting something called a Pokemon V, which is kind of similar because it is going to be taking up 2 prize cards. So rather than 3 with our tag teams, it's just back to 2. Pokemon V, it will obviously be, there'll be other different features and everything, which they'll probably be announcing very soon. However, we are with Cosmic Eclipse, and the whole point of today is to check out the deck in which we ran it was yesterday actually, wow, time flies. So yeah, we ran this deck yesterday, and I'll let you know how it went once we've gone through the full deck. Now, if you've already seen the video on the channel, obviously when we open the box, you'll know that we got nothing. We got 1 holo and 1 secret rare trainer Pokemon. It was a Pikachu basically with red. That sort of full art Pokemon secret rare, which we got. We got there in the end. Neither of those went in. The holo was a Solgaleo. We couldn't evolve that up. So we ended up very much focusing around our promo card, which of course was our Blacephalon right here. And this was a very bench-worthy Pokemon, and you'll probably be able to see why on the actual attack description there. So put 2 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like, but if your opponent has exactly 3 prize cards remaining, put 12 damage counters instead. So this was very much like, hey, you got a knockout? Brilliant. 2 energies are already on this. Bring this up. 12 damage counters. A lot of things in the pre-release, you know, maybe 100 damage counters, but then 20 put on something else can help in the later game. And this was definitely how it was going. So this was the promo we ended up pulling. I haven't put the cards in order here. They're sort of still in the shuffle vicinity. But we managed to have a Fire Psychic deck. Now you'll be able to see as we go through here. We had the Duskull to Dusclops to Dusknoir line. We had the Tepig to Pignite to Emboar line as well. They were our main attackers, to be honest, and it worked very, very well indeed. We had a few trainers like Roller Skater and everything. We'll sort of go through this and sort it out at the same time. Few extra trainers like Blues Tactics. We've got this Duskull here. Now the ability on this is very interesting. Spirit-born Evolution. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may discard 3 cards from your hand. If you do, search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon and put it onto this Pokemon to evolve it, then shuffle your deck. So great way of speeding up to get to that Dusclops, which was always very, very cool indeed. The Emboar we've checked out last time, and this did happen very, very often. Explosive Fire Dance. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during a turn, you may look at the top 8 cards of your deck and attach any number of basic energies you find there to your Pokemon in any way you like. So it was a great way of getting this thing ready to go with 160, which is a lot of damage. And there's no other like extra things here like discard 2 energies. Nothing like that. You've got that straight 4 and you're done. You can retreat, you can attack, you're done. So very, very interesting. And if you had any spares, it was very much like powering up that sort of thing. And obviously with what I didn't notice is that the Dusknoir only requires 1 Psychic. So I stacked this deck out with Psychic because I thought, look, we've got things like Roller Skater, so discarding an energy to draw 4 cards is going to be really, really good. And it did work out very nicely. We managed to pull 2 Ericas, so each player may draw up to 3 cards. You draw first. So this is basically, you can play this, and you draw 3, and then your opponent can then draw 3. They don't have to, and you don't have to, but you can play this and then obviously have that draw potential. So very, very interesting indeed. We did also have an Erica's Hospitality. I like how the artwork is different on this, which is always good. Might be a full art of this one in here. I don't know. I know they did it in Japan Whether it's come over in this set, I haven't seen one just yet, so have to wait and see on that one. Erica's Hospitality we've seen before. We've got another Duskull, Fire Energy there. I'm putting trainers in the wrong place here. Oh dear. Pokemon Communication, very, very nice indeed, because if I had like double, I think I had like a 3-2-2 line. So if I managed to get like 2 Tepigs on the bench, and I was like, well, there's no point me putting another one on. It was like, get this, grab maybe an evolution for this, or obviously to get up into Dusknoir, which was very, very interesting. So the Tepig there, put a Type Null in there. I just thought, look, you know, it's 2 energies, it's 50. Yes, you've got to discard an energy here, but as a backup attacker, it's, you know, colourless. It could be a great idea. So there was that. Several more energies, Pokemon Communication, another Emboar. There is the Dusknoir right here. Very, very nice indeed. The ability here, Grim Marking. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon and is knocked out by damage counters from your opponent's attack, put 4 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. So this was a great thing because obviously, yes, they're knocking it out, but they're also taking 4 damage counters, and if I've managed to attack them, that's 100 damage right there. But Psych Up here for 1 Psychic does 60. However, during your next turn, this Pokemon's Psych Up attack does 60 more damage. That's 120, possibly then getting a knockout as well, which was 160 damage. Now, bearing in mind, Psych Up, you do 60, then you do 120, then it goes back to 60. It doesn't keep stacking, that's the only thing. So it was very much like 60, 120, so I had to time it very, very nicely to get some big, big hits. So very, very nice. Pignite, I put a Mimikyu in here, and this is pretty cool because obviously we're focusing a lot with damage counters here with obviously Blacephalon and Dusknoir. So Pokemon GX that have any damage counters on them, both yours and your opponent's, have no abilities. So I just thought, look, put that on the bench, don't do anything else with it. If I happen to go against a GX that has a ability, which unfortunately I didn't. But it was there as a tech anyway, so pretty nice. Got a Roxy, and we managed to pull one as well. Discard up to 2 Pokemon that aren't Pokemon GX or EX from your hand. Draw 3 cards for each card you discard in this way. So very, very nice because obviously sometimes I had like cards, for example, like this, and I was like, look, you know, there's no point. My bench is full. Let's use a Roxy, get 3 cards. And obviously if I had 2, then happy days. We're drawing 6 cards with this. So that was very, very cool. Managed to get a Marshadow. This was a rare, so this has Shadow Imitation. Choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's non-GX attacks and use it as this attack. So this was a good, nice way of obviously going against something that was either up front. So it might have been, of course, this. It could have been anything else that we might have gone against. But for 3 here, and then doing possibly maybe 160 with an Emboar, that was very, very nice with this Marshadow. So very, very cool. Another Roxy right there, Dusclops, Tepig, another Erica, another Dusknoir, more energy, Red's Challenge, that came in quite useful, especially, I think I used it twice just to grab an energy. I had like a Fire Energy and a Pokemon, and I was like, look, I really need a Psychic Energy to maybe get a knockout, and it was like, yes, do it. So it was like Red's Challenge, get that stuff gone, and get what I needed straight away. Lily, of course, really, really nice stuff. If you got this on the first turn, then this was amazing because I could just throw a load of stuff down, discard some stuff as well, and then bang, Lily for 8 in the beginning was just great. So really, really nice. And then another Duskull as well. So overall, the energy count here, I believe there's 3 fires, and then there's about 7 psychics there. Yeah. So that was the energy count. Pokemon line, it was very much sticking with what I had in the box. The only exceptions were, I think, 3 additional Pokemon. I don't think I added anything more. I might have put maybe another Dusclops in here. Yeah, I think I did. So there was 4 added Pokemon, sorry. So we had that Marshadow, Mimikyu, Type Null, and then we did get that added Dusclops as well, just to keep the evolution lines going. So that's definitely pretty useful indeed. The Blacephalon, of course, very, very useful. Trainers, what did we pull? We managed to pull Erica, Roxy, another Erica. I think that was the only ones. Yeah, I mean, everyone else came with the box, so those were the pulls, and then obviously the rest came as standard. So really, really cool overall. I'm trying to like remember what happened. I think the first round was very much just, I don't think my opponent had any GXs, so it was very much just like luck based, get everything going as quick as possible and hit hard and get stuff done, and that's exactly what we did. So we got game 1. That was a win. Game 2, what did we go against? We went against the Reshiram and Zekrom. Now, of course, you go against a tag team like that, and you're thinking, yikes, big stuff. This is going to be very, very hard to defeat. Little did I know that, of course, Reshiram and Zekrom, it requires a lot of energy to be on the bench. So as much as it might be charged up for the first attack, you have to discard energy from the bench. With a pre-release, you've really not got that much way of getting energies back. So using them up very quickly in the early game, you're left with nothing. So that was pretty cool. And yes, we did manage to get a win with this deck. Don't know how, but we did. Obviously, knocking out that tag team gave us 3 prizes straight away, which was amazing. So really good stuff there. And obviously, as my opponent was trying to get energy onto their bench, it was becoming easier for me to set up for the later game with more Pokemon, with more energies. And I could just be like, okay, yeah, you've knocked that out. Happy days. Here you go. Have another one. So that was pretty cool. Last round, and I think this was literally me versus another person, of course, but it was either for first or second place. So, of course, pressure is on. My opponent says, oh, I have got a GX. I was like, oh, great, okay, I wonder what that is. So first round, I believe he prized it, so I didn't see it at all. Second round, it came out. Now, of course, we have already seen it. It is the Charizard and Braixen. So I've experienced that myself, and I know how to obviously go about with that. And it requires a lot of fire energies. Now, with not a lot of I want to say energy acceleration, really, because I don't think my opponent had the Emboar line. He did have, I don't know whether he had this. I think he had Blacephalon, so he must have had the additional, like, Duskull line, but he had the Kricketune line as well, so no fire support to get that quick fire going on to the Charizard and Braixen. So very, very intense, because I won the first game, lost the second game, came down to the wire then, because I'm thinking, I can do, you know, we can do this, we can do it. We ended up winning. That made me first place. Now, I actually have never won a pre-release, like, come first place. Now, of course, the pre-releases I go to, you don't win anything extra. That's fine, though, because I've never actually won a pre-release, like, first place. So I'm feeling pretty good. So it was a really good day, really enjoyed it, and it was good stuff. And of course, as you saw with our packs that we opened afterwards, we did manage to pull a nice tag team. Now, I'm just trying to think where our pulls are. We've got them all in here. We did manage to pull a very, very nice tag team, and that was this one right here. Now, you might have just saw that little spoiler right there, but we did manage to get this one, which is the Naganadel and Guzzlord GX right here. So a very interesting, very big, like, they're both massive in this. Like, you've got a partial amount of Guzzlord there, and then a massive section of Naganadel there. But we've got the ability Violent Appetite. Once during a turn, you may discard a Pokemon from your hand. If you do, heal 60 damage from this Pokemon. It does have 280, and it is a Dragon type, which means it is weak to Fairy. It does have Jet Pierce for 180, and that is for 3 energies there, Psychic Dark and a Colorless. Then for Chaotic Order GX, we've got 1 Colorless Plus. Turn all of your prize cards face up. Boom. But if this Pokemon has a Psychic and Dark energy attached to it, you can take 2 prize cards. Now, obviously, during a pre-release, I think this worked very well for some people because they were able to use this and get those 2 prize cards straight away. Obviously, you do run the risk of them possibly getting this thing knocked out. But we didn't manage to pull this for the pre-release. It was after the pre-release. So, very, very nice indeed. Of course, we have already seen some of the other stuff. We've got that Solgaleo as well, which you can have a little look at that. Very, very nice indeed. So that was a good pull. Let's just get all my promos in order here. There we go. What else did we manage to get? Actually, we managed to buy a card here. I bought this off somebody because it just was amazing. This is the Vileplume GX. Now, this is from the set, but this is the full art. But you can see, obviously, Erica is here. Now, this is going to happen with quite a few of the GXs, where we're going to see a Pokemon such as Vileplume with a trainer, or like the gym trainer type thing. It's very much like all of the cards we've seen already, you know, these ones. It's very much like them, but it's a GX, and we get Vileplume, but it just looks amazing. Really, really cool indeed. So you can have a little look at those moves there as well. Not a lot of energy going on to this thing. And you can see here damage counters does affect the overall 180 that it can do for just 2 energies though. That is insane. Really, really nice. And of course it does have this here, Fragrant Flower Guard. Once during your turn you may heal 30 damage from each of your Pokemon. That's each of them. So bearing in mind you might have 30 damage on and you're thinking, oh, I can only do 150. But boom, do this, happy days, you're back up to 180 there. That is very, very nice indeed. We've got Allergic Explosion GX for just 50 damage, but then your opponent's active Pokemon is burned, paralyzed, and poisoned. Yikes. So 80 damage going on there, plus paralyzation for 1 grass. Not bad indeed. So very, very nice indeed. And of course we did manage to pull that awesome Pikachu secret rare. A lot of people are calling these secret rares because they are after the set, but I don't know whether to just call it a full art Pokemon, but then it just doesn't make sense. And you'll notice that obviously some of them are basics, some of them are stage 2s, but yeah, very, very nice indeed. Really, really happy with what we got in the end. Not a ton of pulls, but that's all good because we've got booster boxes coming up, so that's going to be a nice time for our channel. So popping all of that to the back there. So yeah, really, really cool stuff indeed. Really happy with what we managed to get. The camera doesn't want to focus, but that's all good. We've got it in hand. We have actually managed to start going through the cards that we've got. Obviously, I've gone through this. I won't, well, we'll spray it out. But these are all in order now, so these are ready. Nice, like, bulk pile for just, like, 14 packs. That's a pretty chunky amount of cards there. So they've already been sorted out. We've done our reverses. We've also got trainers. They're all in order as well here. We've got a few of the tag teams, a few missing. We haven't got a red and blue yet, which is definitely something I'm going to be looking for very, very quickly. A few roller skaters, of course, and our Professor Oak setup. Very nice, though. Very good stuff. Very happy, though, with what we've had so far and the luck we had in that last pre-release. Really, really cool. So, of course, now, the next time a pre-release happens, it will be for Sword and Shield, which won't be until next year now. So that's going to be a bit of a wait, but I cannot wait. I really cannot. Really cannot wait now for next Friday when we're opening our Cosmic Eclipse booster boxes. We've got Elite Trainer boxes, triple blisters, single blisters, theme decks. We've got a bit of everything for everyone. But there we go, so I will leave it here for this video. Please let me know in the comments below how your pre-releases have been. Have you maybe not gone to one but got a box? Let me know in the comments below. How are your pulls? But apart from that, I will leave it here for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video on the channel.